I'm in Salad and I saw the Twilight Zone episode 5, Walking Distance. It is directed by Robert Stevens, written by Rod Serling, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This episode starts, we see a man, he's going down this road and he's like, oh, I'm near my hometown. And by the way, I should mention that we're in Riley's place of town. Well, he was born in Arkansas, but he grew up in Elko. This is where we're at right now. This is Elko, Nevada, if you didn't know. So anyway, I thought this location pertained very well to the theme of this episode because he could never go home again. This guy's like, oh, I gotta get the heck out of my New York job. I'm like, I understand that. I completely understand the need to just be like, I'm done with being an adult. I gotta go see what life was like back when I was a child. He walks back to his place of hometown, and he goes there, and everything is exactly how it was when he was a little child. He goes to the malt shop, and he's like, oh, give me a nice little scoop of ice cream with the chocolate soda, and it's like 10 cents. It's a ridiculously low price. And first of all, chocolate soda? What is it? What is that? I've never had chocolate soda before. If you have had chocolate soda, let me know in the comments below because it seems like it wouldn't be good, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. I really like when he's like, oh, I'm gonna go to my parents' house. Oh, wow, I'm gonna go to the place in which I remember carving my initials in, and wow, I can't believe it. It's me doing it as a youngin'. I'm Martin Sloan. And the kid's like, no, I'm Martin Sloan. And it's like, you're creeping that kid out, dude. Stop interacting with your past self. Stop doing it, dude. And he just keeps on trying to interact with like the past self. And like at this moment, I'm like, oh, I can see what's happening. He's in the past. I really like this. So he scares the kid. He's like, oh, I'm gonna scare you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Ooh, yeah. We'll go to my parents' house. I'm gonna insist that I am actually the son. And of course, the parents get scared. They're like, get the heck out of here. And I love how Martin Sloan actually leaves his wallet. I'm like, how you do? Why are you leaving your wallet places? Why you gotta be like that? Stop leaving your wallet. And of course, his dad is like, oh, it's actually you, but you're too early. You're too late, actually. Or too early. His license expired in like the 60s, and it was like the 30s or whatever time it was. It was like 30 years. Way too early for him to be there. And so I'm like, yeah, I get it. You wanted to go home, and now you can't go home because you realize what happens when you go home. Well, you accidentally ruined your fate, actually. You know, he had a perfectly good leg. He had an excellent leg. And then he had to chase his younger self on the merry-go-round, cause it to where he falls off the merry-go-round, his younger self, and he also gets the same injury, and now he walks with a limp. And it's like, oh, congratulations, guy. You did it. You ruined your gait. You ruined your life. Now you just got a slight limp. How does it feel? And honestly, he doesn't really seem very affected by it because it's like he's always had it since, you know, he's been a child. He received the injury, reacted to the injury accordingly, and now just walks with a limp. And I found that to be a really cool detail. But what's also a cool detail is that there's so many spider webs on this play set. It's like no one has played on this in a while. So anyway, I really like the part where he goes back to the soda shop and everything's like the right price, and there's too many people in there, and there's a different guy running the soda shop, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go back, which is what you should have been doing in the first place. Just live your life, bro. Just be okay with the dead-end job that you got, because I don't know, you might be making more money than many people. You probably have a better life than most people, so just be okay with it. And I really like how he does learn this lesson. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go back, and I can never go back. And I like this, because it makes me think, man, the times in which I'm like, I just want to go back to Washington, and I want to go eat the ramen place that I really liked. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. I was in Washington State recently, and I grew up there for like 19 years, and I was in the area in which I lived in, and it just seemed different. Like, I've been away from that place for a long time, so it doesn't feel familiar in the sense that like, oh, I've been here for a while. It feels like, oh, I'm like kind of nostalgic. I recognize these places, but it just feels different. Like, there's like a different vibe to it all. It feels like hotter, I guess, like less rainy, or at least the place, the time I was there, it wasn't really raining that much actually. So it's like I was expecting rain, because it rains all the time. It's September. Where's the rain? It's October. Where's the rain? Hasn't been raining there for a while apparently. So yeah, the Washington State's just like different from what I remember it being when I was a youngin'. And so I went home and I'm like, oh wow, I can't believe it. This is completely different than when I remember seeing it last. So, you know, you can never go home. You can never go home. I really like the camera movements. I like the acting and everyone involved, including Martin. He's a cool guy. I would hang out with him. I feel kind of sad that he's like in a job that he doesn't like that much. I mean, he's making good money, but you know, it's not like his childhood. He should really appreciate the time that he has as a child. So, based on my lovely experience of this episode, I'm gonna have to give this like a solid 9 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. If you want to fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 Dinos. Patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, you can go to this link tree. So find the way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. So you can go here, and until next time, mint salad saw. I'll see you later, my stock croutons, big bits. Hiding. This is what I do when I was a child. I'll just hide in the playset and be like, ooh, you can't see me.